Good morning all, this is Jeff from WT Futures, back again with another video. We're getting close to the close of candle and close of the daily candle, and I just wanted to have a quick look at the situation because it's been a pretty awesome day. We've had a couple of huge relative volume spikes which have resulted in some very strong moves today. So I just wanted to quickly have a look at all of the data while it's all fresh before it resets for the day, and let's have a look at a few charts as well and just have a look at how a few of these pairs have performed. Starting with EOS. So my last video we looked at EOS. It was up about 13% at that stage. It has had a bit of a pullback, but it's still up 7%. So let's just move over to an EOS chart and have a quick look. All right, so this is daily chart EOS, and we can see that we did have a huge run up throughout the day. Let me just bring this up to there. It was close to 20% at its highest point, and then it's had a pullback. In fact, if we jump over to the 4 hour, there we go. It gives a better idea of how it all happened. So there was certainly plenty of opportunity to get in here, and even if you ended up getting in way up on this candle, there was a huge move. And then even if you felt we were at the top and hit a couple of these high wicks, you could have ridden it down, and we have a 9% move back down. Over on the right hand side here, this is a little indicator that I run with 10 time frames, and it shows move across each time frame as well as a breakout score. So we can see on the daily, um, EOS is currently up 6.99% with a breakout score of 17.84 on the daily. So this range is negative 50 to plus 50. So 0 would be completely flat consolidation. So 17 on the daily is pretty strong, but these figures are falling heavily. I mean, as we can see from the downward movement in price here, this is due to all of these terrible breakout scores. And we can see we're pulling back on quite a few time frames, but our daily is still hanging in there. Look at the 4 hour down 2.86% with this pullback. Okay, so that's EOS, and EOS still has uh, 7%, so it's still hanging in second from the top. But the best performer is CEL, currently up 17.25%. So CEL is not in the top for relative volume, but I can be sure that it has certainly achieved a pretty strong relative volume. So let's have a look. CEL 153%. So we would expect that in an hour and a half, or about an hour, on close of daily candle, we would expect volume, if everything was perfect, to be at 100%. That's the average. So CEL 153%. So this is the interesting thing. If 100% of volume, if our average volume gives us our average candle move, so if 100% of volume gives us on average a 14.5% move, what happens when we push more volume in, 153%? Well, we get a much, much bigger move. So we're up 16%. So this is almost like the throttle of what can be achieved out of our average daily. So when the day starts and volume is on 0 or 1%, obviously our percentage change is going to be extremely low. Now, if that volume only makes it to 20% by the end of the day, our percentage change is going to be incredibly low. And if our volume made it to 500% and we're averaging 14% a day, then you can imagine the overall result for the day is going to be pretty strong. So let's have a look at CEL. So 150% relative volume, and we'll just pull that across to the daily, and there we go. That was our move. Okay, this is a little price targeting system that I run so that this is where the candle opened, and from that point, this is the average move that we can expect. Uh, so from the center here, on average, that's our daily move there, and our maximum move from the look back period would take us up there 38%. Okay, and these update in real time. In fact, we can also add the average range. So this blue line now is showing us the average move, including wicks. In fact, look how perfect it is. It's telling us that from when this candle started, the average would have been a move to that point right there, and the wick should have made it to that point right there, and that's exactly where our average move and our wick has appeared. Okay, and you can see our wick bounced off the VWAP, daily VWAP there, and but that's pretty awesome. We've met our targets perfectly, and if we were to have a pump that pushed us all the way to the maximum that we've seen in our look back period, it would have taken us to that level right there. Okay, so currently up 17.02, or there we go, 16.99, and we can see our 10 time frames, 4.7 up on the 4 hour, 1.59 on the 2 hour, and the 1 hour because they reset at the same time. And our breakout scores are certainly pulling back here. These breakout scores would have been much stronger when we achieved the guts of this move, and now they're pulling back. Still positive mainly, but we are having a bit of a pullback in breakout strength. Okay, so EOS we've had a look at. CEL was the big move, and we better have a look at CHZ as well. It's second in terms of relative volume, 453%, and percentage change 7%. If we follow through a few of the other figures for CHZ, we can see we've received the second best score. So EOS had the best score of the day, 41, CHZ 27, and CEL 22. So this is really giving us an idea of the best trade, the trade that's actually running the hottest at the moment, based on a heavy weighting for the average change. So we're looking at relative volume, and average change will give us our score, whereas our short-term score is weighted heavily towards the real percentage change. So the real volume coming in, how it's being affected by price, and that's where we're getting our score. So EOS was still at the top there by a long shot, 63 to 32. So let's have a look at CHZ. And there we go. There's a nice looking daily chart for us. CHZ. So we can see the daily up 6.93, the 4 hour up 3%, and we are just pulling back slightly on our 1 minute through to 15-minute charts. Breakout scores are still looking nice and strong, 32 on the daily. That's the highest we've seen so far. And we're certainly losing a bit of strength down here on the 1 minute. But 5 and up, we're still anything over 10, and the market's pushing pretty well. So right now, CHZ is still moving really well. Let's pull back and have a look at the 4 hour. You can see our targeting system here. Look again, once again, it's hit its targets beautifully. That's the open. It should have made it to the blue line, so we've slightly broken the average on this candle, and the wick should have made it up on average to that line right there, and it's just poked its head over. Okay, and let's just have a quick peek at the 1 minute. So there we go. You can see that we're down across all of our time frames through to 30 minutes. Breakout scores are holding out though, hanging in on the 5 minute. Yeah, so we still have some strong breakout action here. So it's not all over yet, but daily up 6.85 at the moment. Okay, so EOS, CHZ, and let's have a quick peek at Doge as well. Up 297% of relative volume. So almost 3 times the daily volume that we would expect from Doge. Let's see how it affected price. Okay, so let me just pop. Oh, we're on the 5 minute. I was wondering what was going on there. Daily. All right, so there's our Doge move down 7.5%. Okay, so huge volume, but it actually made its money on the downside here. The market's down 3.4% for the day, and Doge was down, but it wasn't one of the best performing shorts. We can see GMT was the best performing short, down 9.76. and there's Doge down 7.63%. Okay, here are our relative volume spikes down the bottom here. So the last 4 days for Doge, we've had some exceptional volume. Here we go. Currently, 297% of expected volume and average change of 5.2% per daily candle. Okay, and how is Doge when we follow through? It's not on the list in terms of the highest average change. It was fourth for our general score and fourth for our short-term score. These are all matching up almost perfectly here. They don't always do that. GMTs come in number 5 and Kiloshib here as number 5 for the general score. But Doge has the fourth place. So these four pairs, they're the four pretty much the best performing pairs, and they're right there on the scoreboard. So we saw those as they were firing throughout the day, as their score increased. Breakout strength, CHZ best breakout score, and we saw that on the chart. The CHZ chart was absolutely pumping. EOS, CEL, and our breakout strength, we're not actually registering in the top for Doge. EMA angle, Doge is third. Okay, so the third strongest 6 EMA. CHZ is just performing so well. Look at that, the strongest 6 EMA angle across all of our groups actually. Yep, CHZ has the strongest fast EMA. So keep an eye on CHZ. It might not be over yet. EOS has the second strongest, and then Doge in at number 3. And there's quite a difference in the strength of these EMAs too. So Doge has nowhere near the strength on its 6 EMA as CHZ at the moment. Okay, so I think we'll leave it there. Keep in mind, look at that EOS up to 991% of relative volume, and there it is, it's currently 6%, but it did have a huge move throughout the day. So the market had a great day for volume, up it's at 152%, so we would expect 100%, so it's about 50% over what we would expect for the day. Down 3.36% across the top 40 pairs. The average change for the market, 3.84%. If we're trading Bitcoin, we're looking at a daily change currently of 1.47%. Score for the market, 6.23 and 8.36 for short term. Across the market, we still have a slightly positive breakout score, but this is the type of strength that we want to really consider that we're either changing direction here or completely flattening out. We really want a breakout score above 10 or below -10. Between this level, the market is really extremely flat. EMA angle, 6 EMA is currently pointing down, so we are actually losing some traction, and our fast EMA is pointing down, and it's getting quite heavy as well. A downward 6 EMA of anything over 1 there is really starting to point down quite heavily, and we can see that in some of the biggest losers here. It's not all upside at the moment. We've got 3 pairs here that are 9% down, and all 5 there. Look at that, 8%, 8%, and 3, 9%. Whereas we really only had one that's popped today and maintained the day above 10%. So things are looking like we're getting a bit of a pullback here. So good luck out there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.